Okay.
Will we
So,
get the recording of this session?
sorry.
Will we get the recording of this session?
Yes, I'll post in YouTube. I'll give it
Acha,
to you because
acha, theek hai.
I'm doing this series of for different participants. Again, I'm kind of intro only.
Okay, okay.
So I'll share the link.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. So my name is Ravi Bhaskaruni. I work as enterprise agile coach and been in the industry for quite long. So I started moving to agile or scrum or whatever in safe actually around 2017 also. Until that time, I was working as a project manager, program manager, delivery manager, like different roles. So 17 only I started picking up and everything was yeah. Then I started learning together. Okay. Hey Pranay, good morning. Pranay, thanks for joining. Think we are good crowd. Pranay, okay.
Hello, Ravi Garu. Good
Hey,
morning.
how are you? Very good morning. So
Yeah, good.
yeah, just to maybe give one minute introduction from each of you because I'm actually recording this session, so it will help others also. Starting from Richa, like maybe can go ahead for a minute.
Yeah, I already described the same, and I'm looking for SM role. Already
Okay.
certified, did CSM, CS1, even I'm safe certified. So just
Wow.
revising my all concepts again. Because
Okay.
people are asking safe also if they see ki you are safe certified. So
Mhm.
mostly they are going towards safe now.
Yeah, okay.
So rest already I told ki I worked in Wipro and resigned from there on 2nd August 2024. From there, after that only I did safe certification, seeing the
Okay.
market. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all.
Yeah.
Just giving interviews now.
Yeah. Thank you, Richa.
Yeah.
So what about Prachi?
Yes, Ravi. So I have done CSM certification, CSM, CSPO, ICP, ACC, and Safe 6 Agilist certifications as a.
Wow. Good.
So yeah,
How
just
many years
here
of
to.
experience?
Sorry.
How many years of experience here?
So I have overall 10.5 years of experience. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good.
Of which 5.5 years I was working as a Scrum Master.
Oh, good. Excellent. So Pranay,
Yeah, audible? Am I audible?
yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm currently working as a project manager in Thrive, but I have an experience in Agile as well. I was working in Agile as a Scrum Master. I worked and then also as an RTE. So I have
Yes.
good experience in Scrum. I'm certified as a Agilist, SA 4, 4.0, and CSM and PSM.
Okay. So I think you need to upgrade to Safe 6. I think there may be a path from 4 to 6. I don't know because there was 5 to 6 was there. Pranay, just
Okay.
we'll discuss. Okay.
Yes, 5 to 6 is there to get update, and even also now this time I think it is stopped from 5 to 6. Directly now 6 have to be done.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it
Pranay
was
did 4,
long
right?
back when I have done that. So probably, yeah.
Yeah. Pranay actually from 4 to 5 is a major change actually. 5 to 6 may not be that much like concepts and all.
Right, 5 to 6, there are few videos which we went through because it was given by directly from Safe site
Yes.
only. So
Mm,
there were 10 videos which we need to see.
yes. Okay, we'll just see like how to go about it. Okay. And then Partha.
Hi everyone. I do have like 17 plus years of experience in IT industry, out of which like worked as a test manager and a lead scrum master as almost like last 9 years.
Oh,
Yeah, and I am certified scrum master and certified Lean Six Sigma black belt also.
wow, very good.
I'm just
Excellent.
looking for. I'm going to do safe certification. I might need some help from you guys. You can
Okay.
help me out if I
No
need any
problem.
clarifications as
No
well.
problem. No problem.
Thanks.
So maybe I can suggest some trainers, like whoever is doing. Unveil.
Sure.
Hi, Well Morgan. Second.
Hi,
Hey,
good morning
sorry,
all.
I was speaking in mute. I am really, very sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Carry
They said Vailmuran here, and I do have 17 years of experience, out of which 17 years, and since last 6 years, I've been working as a Scrum Master. I am certified Scrum Master CSM, and also I have got a DASSM from PMI Institute as well. And the
Wow.
SAFE, I have been trying to do this certification, the basic theory that I have been undergoing this, and so the reason that it had forced me to just attend this kind of session here. And yes, I'm working for which is Chennai,
Oh,
and
good.
I was with Citibank. I was associated with as of now.
Oh, good, good. So, Shashank.
Hi, good morning everyone.
Thanks.
Experience-wise, it's been close to 12 years now, and currently I am working in the capacity of a Scrum Master with a service-based organization. Previously, I've managed roles ranging from that of a project manager, a Scrum Master, and delivery manager wherever my organization has requested me to. Also, a short stint managing a program as well. On the certification side, from PMI, I've done PMP and PMI ACP. In terms of Scrum, it's CSM, ACSM, and PSPO1 on the product side,
Oh,
and Safe Agilist as well. That's essentially something that I've done. What I'm looking for at this moment is basically the organization is looking to, or they already are working in scaled agile, manner. It's just that I wanted to brush up a few things, so that I can bring myself up to speed a little more, or fill any gaps that I have probably in my understanding or ways of working, on those lines.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Ravi, for
definitely. Yeah.
this.
So,
Appreciate it.
I think it's, I don't know what video. One second. Okay. Thank you, guys. And one more member joined. His name is VM. VM, could you introduce yourself, please? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. So my name is Ravi Bhaskaruni. I have like closer to, you know, 30 plus experience in IT side, and also played different roles as a delivery manager, project manager, scrum master, agile coach. Also taught more than 500 individuals. Uh, Most of the sessions, like, agile, scrum, kanban, XP, lean, safe. So I used to run like 50 hours of class per person. So I started teaching from October, not October, maybe in 2020 April timeframe. I started doing like mentoring and coaching. Right. That's about me. You can stop at any place if you have any questions. So these are slides I have prepared for teaching individuals. Okay. One second, let me see how it works. Okay. So, and some of the contents are picked up from uh, YouTube, maybe several authors. I don't own anything. I just gathered and created some contents, and some of the trainers gave away some of the slides also. So that's what while going through, I'll let you know. Okay. So what is safe, right? Safe. I just wanted to tell you that it's based out of 5.0. Okay. The slides were prepared from the time of 5.0. 6.0, the little changes here and there. but the concepts are still the same. Okay. One of the reason why I started creating this content is safe looks to be complicated, and also every interview they'll ask you some questions. What is art? What is safe and all? And from 5.0 to 6.0, the terminology has little bit changed. I think you need to go through 6.0 framework and then cover accordingly. So safe framework is a combination of agile, lean, system thinking, uh, DevOps, right? And safe can be implemented as team, right? Just like a Scrum team, right? 10-member team. Team of team is multiple number of Scrum teams, right? And then large program for more than, let's say, 200 plus people, right? Then portfolio, right? So essentially, safe fits in what your organization needs, right? If somebody has a smaller organization, there are such framework they can use. The larger organizations, they can use it. At portfolio level, like let's say Infosys, Wipro, TCS, Tech Mahindra, related companies, they are actually running larger programs. Then you can go for according to that, a larger program or portfolio. So any questions up to this point?
No, not at
Bhaskar, this is Vailmurugan on the side, and if we can, if time permits, and if every day is okay, if we can give the difference between 4, 5, and 6, it will be well and good, so that we can
Yeah,
better understand.
and
Though we
I'll
have
try.
all this kind of data in Google and YouTube, even you have shared many of that kind. In this forum, if you can share it, that will help us.
Yeah, I'll try to do that. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah. So basically, there are a lot of scaling frameworks, not only safe, not only scaled as a framework, but a lot of scaling of frameworks are available in industry. There's like less is the large scale Scrum. Spotify from major company. Nexus is similar to Scrum, and then Scrum of Scrums, Scrum at scale. These are all different flavors of scaling frameworks. So our focus is only on scaled agile framework because most of the people actually Safe has created tons of uh, Safe certified people like SPCT or whatever, right? Safe Scrum Master, Safe for DevOps, whatever it is, right? There's a Safe framework is very famous, and maybe 60 to 70% of industry coverage is there for Safe. Okay, that's why I'm just covering this, right? So why do you need to go for scaling framework, right? Because if you are handling two teams itself, you see the pain of uh, too many team members to collaborate, manage work together, lack of common goal, right? And lack of coordination, development is not synchronization, unmapped dependencies, right? And teams are not working in cadence, multiple source of requirements, right? So if you are, let's say, safe starts from 50, actually, any scaling framework, you have to adopt. If the team is between 50 to 125 or 50, above 50, you can start using it. Safe suggests that 50 to 125, you need to have one art. One art is other release time. So if more than 125, let's say that 200 to 50, then you definitely need to have two arts. Art can be varied size, but more people, you need to create more arts, right? Whatever the topology, whatever the team size, it's going to be replicated into different arts. Okay, that's what it is. And one more thing is, what Safe does is it aligns the releases. Right now, you call them a PI, right? Program increments, right? So in each program increment, so everybody who is working on this thing will be aligned from start to end, right? So these are the configurations essential, lot solution and portfolio, and then full configuration. So any questions at this point? Okay.
Very good.
Okay. Team level. So assuming you are using Scrum, right? There are 5 sprints. Let's say I actually nowhere in Scrum says, okay, you need to have releases, right? And then you need to have so many sprints aligned together. Because maybe one product or one feature can be done in 3 sprints, other feature can be in 4 sprints and all, right? Just for sake of simplicity, I'm just trying to create 2 releases with 5 sprints each, right? Okay, no problem. So 5 sprints each, right? So at Scrum at team level, maximum level including 11, right? Team composition based on the work item you are working on. Work start to the product backlog. Any questions here? We are not even gone to safe yet. We are still in Scrum. So what we are doing is, while moving from Scrum to safe, we are renamed as sprint to iteration, because sprint is the only term which we are using in Scrum, right? Here we are using Agile teams. In Agile teams, we have Scrum, Kanban, XP, Waterfall, support business teams, and technical dev team. So here each iteration will have our teams. They may be following Scrum, they may be following Kanban, they may be following XP, right? And here, just like here, release is renamed as program increment. So sprint have renamed as iteration. Now you can use any framework here, right? Any questions here? Like Scrum, we are also having empowered, self-organizing, self-managing teams with developers and content authorities. So who will be the content authority in the Scrum? Any suggestions?
Content authority means who is going to take the ownership or what? You mean?
Exactly. So maybe I can say in crude terminology like product backlog. Who will be owning the product backlog?
Product owner.
Product background will be owned by product owner.
Yes. Correct. So here also the same thing apply, right? So he is a decision maker for anything and everything as in terms of product backlog. So what is needed is a product owner's responsive. How it can be done is a kind of development team is going to work on. Now we have added one more team, right? So let's say this is a team 1, this is a team 2. So team 1, team 2 will follow PI 1 and PI 2, program implement 2. And then we are going to add multiple teams, right? This is a team 1, this is a team 2, this is team 3, team 4, like this. So you have PI 1 here, PI 1 here, PI 2, PI 3, PI 4, PI 6, whatever. So now in the Scrum, you have product backlog and then sprint backlog, right? Now in Save, we replace product backlog with a program backlog and sprint backlog with team backlog. And you can have this Scrum and XP, Kanban as a frameworks. And then the program backlog will be divided into multiple team backlogs. Each team may have a different team backlog, right? So maybe, for example, I want to build a case study for, let's say, Ola, Uber, whatever it is, right? So team 1 may be a .NET team, team 2 may be a Java heavy, and team 3 may be DevOps, team 4 may be a different kind of tech stack, right? So everybody has their own team backlog maintained by themselves, but they draw the requirements from the program backlog. Any questions here? Partha, Pranay, Prachi?
No, I'm good.
No, it's good.
Yeah, sure. So at team level, you have Scrum Master and Product Owner and Agile teams. These Agile teams may have Scrum teams or Kanban teams or whatever teams are there, right? At program level, you have RTA, release train engineer, and product management. Not a project manager, not product management. System architect and engineering. Architect and engineering, right? So what is the difference between product manager and product management? How do you distinguish between them?
Product manager, you will be having in and out of all the information about the product, what exactly he wants,
Okay.
and all that. When project manager is like he takes care of one particular thing, maybe like a project or something, but
Okay.
not on a product basis. Like for example, if you are trying to create an Uber application, a product manager will have all the information, what is needed, what he wants in that application, what are the
Yes.
features he needs, and everything. A project manager may be working on one particular feature.
Okay. Correct. So here, the product management team. So RTE, release train engineering, and product management team. So here, there are 4 product owners. If there are 4 product owners, you need to have one product manager like this. I have team size of 10. I have 10 teams, right? How many product managers you will need? You will need
Can you come again?
Only one.
no. See, each product manager is so product manager can support four product owners, right? There are 10 teams. If there are 10 teams like this, right? You need at least 2 to 3 product managers. That's why it is not a product manager, it's a product management team, right? Because maybe one product manager may not support more than 4 product owners. So we are actually thinking on a product backlog or program backlog, which is tightly coupled into the product. So also product managers manages profit and loss and also SOAS team structure. Very clear.
Ravi, we
You mean to
also
say that,
have
Ravi,
business
actually,
owners.
sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, Prajay.
So, Ravi, we also have business owners here, right? Who represent the stakeholders with
Yes,
RTE system. Yes. Okay.
yes. So we are only talking about team level and program level. You will have multiple things, business owners, like, stakeholders, everybody will be there. For me, at team level, at program level, who is actually I'm trying to do. Maybe they are part of Agile teams. We don't know, right? So yeah, definitely business owners will be there. Any questions? I think somebody was asking some questions.
No, it's Partha here, Ravi. Actually,
Yeah.
the program backlog, it's on the high level,
Mhm.
it's managed by the product management team, right?
Exactly.
And a product manager can support till 4 POs.
Correct. Mhm.
Okay, they'll be delegating priority features based on which subsystems or whatever that the product owner is working on it, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So the program backlog, product backlog, now it's become program backlog. Sprint backlog, it's now becomes team backlog. Compare with Scrum and
Exactly.
Say. Thanks, Ravi. Thank you.
No problem.
Ravi, I have a question. So,
Yes.
if multiple product owners are involved in managing this program backlog, then how do they prioritize the features that would be worked, because multiple people are involved there, right? So, how would the prioritization be done in that case?
Yeah, that prioritization will be the ownership of product managers. Product managers say, okay, I need this feature. Let's say, okay, we'll come to that. So basically, what happens at the beginning of PA planning? At the beginning of PA planning, usually the top 10 features will be given to the team during the PA planning. So the PA planning is something like you can think of a sprint planning in the case of Scrum, right? PA planning is happening at the program level, right? At program level, you decide top 10 features, and also in top 10 features also they give a priority, right? So that priority will come down to the team. Maybe the product owner will decide which feature, which user story they need to do in that feature. So there may be a prioritization technique like WSJF, right? Weighted shortest job first, or maybe you can use a number of prioritization techniques. And at the end of the day, product managers or product owners should decide which feature I have to deliver so that I get quick money, right? I don't want to be doing something which nobody pays for this, right? I may need to work on value stream, which is going to touch the customer, and I'm going to get my ROA back.
I think, Ravi, here is where stakeholders will come and they will tell us like what is the feature or particular product they want to take up in this PI planning, and they want it to be completed and so on and so forth.
Yeah, exactly.
And then only they will take it up according to because they pay, right? Eventually,
correct,
the stakeholders pay them. Yeah.
Yes. So again, product management team is actually they are customers for the stakeholder, right? Yeah, any stakeholder has to give us which feature I have to do, right? Something like that. Any questions so far?
No.
No.
Thank you. So RT role is like a kind of senior scrum master or something like. He is the one who is taking. So actually, all these three people, right? Product management team, system architect engineer, RTE, they work at PA level, the program increment level, or maybe they'll work on at the art level. Let me show you the art. Yeah, this is the Agile release train. On 6.2, they changed the name, okay? And some of the names also got changed. So these people will work at this level. So what is Agile release train? Agile release train is having a continuous delivery pipeline, like continuous acceleration, continuously getting the data, getting inputs from the stakeholders and creating the program backlog and all. Continuous integration is where you start developing that. And continuous deployment is where you are going to deliver that to the customer, right? So there is also, this is what art is. Art is a continuous, I'll bring in other slide which talks about art. Okay, Agile release train is a long-lived long-lived team of Agile teams, which along with other stakeholders incrementally develops, delivers, and where applicable operates one or more solutions in a value stream. So the key of Agile release train is define a new functionality, implement it, deploy it, and release and operate. So arts are cross-functional and have all the capabilities of software, hardware, and firmware. And other needed to define, implement, test, deploy, release, where applicable, and operate solutions. And art delivers a continuous flow of value as shown in below figure. Right. So like one of the companies like in Tech Mahindra, we used to work with British Telecom projects. That time they used to call like work streams or work packages, right? Let's say you have a whole architecture of 14, 15 blocks, right? They have front end, back end, maybe database, all the layers, your payment gateways, all that, right? So we actually, when Tech Mahindra started working on the British Telecom projects, and they were already having different departments for different building blocks of British Telecom uh, blocks, various blocks. So each block was actually created as an IDU, independent delivery unit in the Tech Mahindra. So when British Telecom started giving the this kind of work, so actually they pulled some people from each department and they created a different vertical altogether for BT, right? It has everybody which is needed for that project. Like that. So art has people who can do anything and everything. You talk about hardware, they're ready. They talk about testing, they are ready. Everything will be there. So you can think of a pool of people sitting in the organization and they can come and work, deliver and go back. You can think of a metrics organization where everybody is there. And if Java team is near, Java people come and do that. If Java people scope is done in that team, they may go to next team like that. So is it clear? Okay. So the program backlog will be given to the team backlog will get data, get the stories or get requirements or everything from the program backlog. And let's say the team one is good in Java, right? So they get like Java heavy. They get all the stories related to Java. And team two is let's say .NET. They get most of the .NET things go to second team like that. So basically, you're trying to distribute work across the team based on their capabilities. And what happens in the art carries people. Actually, the way SAFe started using the terminology like art is a agile release train. It carries people and then moves across. Like once let's say they need a Java people, they come and drop down here. Once the work is over, they take the train and they go to next project, right? In the same area, right? Maybe they may go to different arts also, depending on where their skills are required. But ideally, you will not have moving parts. There will be like dedicated people who can work on that particular area. So any questions here?
No.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So any questions on this slide? So again, here design thinking, customer centricity and all. And in Safe 6, they moved around. These blocks are moved around. So that I'll show you a structure of Safe 6. So system architect and engineers, they'll do help on architecture, entire architecture. So we are not having separate people for individual teams, but they actually move to the program level. Any questions here?
No.
So RT is the chief scrum master. RT owns program execution PA planning. So he's a kind of super scrum master who can coordinate, who can work with many teams and make sure deliveries are happening, right? maybe you can call them in old school, you are going to call them as a program manager, right? So art coined as a RT, release train engineer. Their duty is to have releases coordinated, orchestrated well, so that you have continuous delivery, continuous deployment, continuous integration. So this is one. So you have each team has their own factors, their own maintenance ticket, their own technical defects, and there are other stakeholders involved, other team dependencies, other commitments, spikes, research. Everything is done by this team, right? NFR is a non-functional requirements. As good as you talk about functional requirements, if you don't talk about non-functional requirements, your product nobody is going to buy, right? So one thing at the safest, you have backlog of backlogs. At team level, you have one backlog, program level, one backlog, portfolio you have backlog, right? Solution level, you have backlog. You can think of a backlog, where main backlog will give away. Think of a water coming from different apartments, right? So they go through different pipelines. They reach the individual houses. So any questions so far? Maybe I'm complicating it.
Ravi, maybe we can give some explanation like when you say non-functional and functional, right? So what is the difference between them?
Okay. So let's say I want a website. That's fine, right? And also, suppose if, from login screen, if somebody gives you a login screen with 10 minutes after you press enter, it comes, user is allowed after 10 minutes, nobody is going to buy. So that's what. How many seconds you have to do this, that, right? Something. Then maybe non-functional requirements, maybe like various parameters. Is anybody want to say anything on that?
Yeah, the technical debt also it comes under non-functional, right, Ravi?
Technical debt is more of
Maybe actually this is the technical debt is not going to help on the product refinement, product increment, but that something like that actually we won't to the system. Actually, we found a shortcut way to solve the problem for a short term, but we didn't go into the actual root cause. We need to go till the root cause and we need to figure it out, like where is actually the problem is. That is a technical debt. And so technical debt also is refactoring the actually already the programs or DBs level. That is also it's not working on the product refinement, product increment, and spike stories like for example any investigation, exploration. That is also is not going to work on the product. That's not going to work help on the product increment. And as you said that the performance issues, that also non-functional requirement.
Yeah.
Anything that is not helping on the product increment from starting from A to B, it's not moving the product from A to B. It's a non-functional.
Yes. So here you can see this, right? Non-NFR has set out specifications that describe system operation capabilities and constraints. They basically requirement that outlines how well it operates, including speed, security, reliability, data integrity. I think now they have another thing, right? You forgot, kind of data. So yeah, here you see functional requirement define what software product must do. It features functions. Non-functional how system must perform. Continuing our messaging platform example, messages must be updated for all users in a chart within 0.1 seconds. Given that all users are online and have LTE connection or better, whatever it is, right? So is it clear?
Yeah, basically those all functionalities which will not give any output to the output, but basically are needed.
Yes,
performance wise, anything.
Or we can
yes,
say that performance related aspects are into the non-functional requirements.
exactly. So SAFe actually cleverly started saying NFR is also very much important. So that's where you can see, right? Forgot where it is.
So Ravi, these are just like DODs that we use in Scrum, right? Relate like definition of done.
Yeah, definition of done, definition of ready and all. Right. So
Mm.
as good as you focus on the functional requirements, you should also need to focus on non-functional requirements, which is actually very much important.
Yeah,
Got it.
as you mature, na, then in the even the DODs will also have non-functional requirements
Yes,
as
yes,
the product matures.
yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm coming to. NFR is there. Non-functional requirements. You need to care about this. We don't care about this, nobody's going to buy the product. And then you need to create work on refactors, spike stories, and all. Right? So we saw that PA planning at block diagram level. Now, what safe services? The duration of PI. Anybody want to take a guess? What will be the duration of program increment?
Usually
Two,
8 sprints.
PI 5 to 6
Sorry,
three
Usually
months,
eight
around
sprints.
3, I guess.
depends.
right.
Depends on the complexity of the product or complexity of what you are designing or creating. But in
In theory,
general,
it is 3 months, I believe.
PIP
Sorry.
will be 3 months, but some companies also have PIP of 6 months also. As I said, it depends on what the output of the product in the PI, shippable product.
Yes. So basically, what safe says is 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks. So assuming we are only talking about Scrum, right? And then we always go for 2 week sprint, right? Yeah, 8 weeks. Sorry, actually, I need to
PI,
say that.
PI.
Yeah, I need to say that it's not about sprints, but we are talking about iterations. So the PA may be 8 weeks, 10 weeks, or 12 weeks. So depending on the organization, you need to go with it. For 8 weeks, you get four. How many sprints? How many iterations you get? You get 4 iterations. For 10 weeks, you get 5 iterations. For 12 weeks, you get 6 iterations. Right? And actually, the last iteration is not a development iteration. It's a more of IP iteration, innovation planning iteration. Here, what happens? Innovation planning, inspect and adapt, and then PA planning comes. So this last 2 weeks, you do lot of work in terms of next PA. Maybe defining what needs to go in and everything. The first iterations is going to be developmental iterations. Just like sprints, like 4 sprints are happening. That's where it is. In this iteration one, your analysis, development testing, analysis, development testing, analysis, development testing, analysis, development testing. Last iteration is different. Here, like you have capacity planning, you have iteration demo and system demo, right? All the daily scrum meeting and all, you can see are different portions. You can stop me if you're not able to follow this slide. Okay. So PA1 and PA2, Pranay, Sham, anyone
Ah,
has
we
any
are good.
questions?
I'm
Good,
good.
right? Good. So if you look at this, you have first iteration, second iteration, third iteration, fourth iteration, fifth iteration, again divided into 10 days. It caters leftover work and inspect and adapt. So we'll just magnify this. So before, so again, I told you, right? For PA planning, you get top 10 features, right? In top 10 features, you are given to the team, right? They come back with, let's say, like this, the before pre-PA planning, these are the boxes, and post-PA planning, these are the boxes. The requirements are actually matured, and now they identify what needs to go in this PA. So just to avoid confusion, you always think that PA planning is equivalent to sprint planning or iteration planning. Iteration planning happens at the team level. The program increment plan happens at the program level. So here, let's say we have 10 teams. Everybody needs to be involved in the PA plan. So if the 10 teams into, let's say 10 people, plus you have business owners, you have stakeholders, right? Ideally, for 10 teams, you will definitely have more than 125 people put together, business owners, stakeholders, this boss of one team, boss of other team, like test managers, development managers, you can think of that. That's why SAFe tend to be very heavy, right? And also you need to keep 125 people in the conference room. Means you need to go for external place, right? So maybe you may not have that kind of space to accommodate them, right? So any questions here? So yeah, so many people are involved. So always think, can we do without scaling? Sometimes you don't need to scale if the purpose is not going to be needed, something like that. I'll tell you when to scale, when not to scale. Okay. Any questions here?
No, Ravi.
Yeah. So basically 50 to 125 people team. Unit is 10 people, then SM, PO, then 4 POs are required. For 4 POs, PM is required, and then business stakeholders, RT, right? So you can see a lot of people are required here. So here I'm trying to expand. So here I'm trying to expand. So this IP iteration, right? So this is what happening in the IP iteration. In the IP iteration, you are building team building. You are doing resolving the questions. You are also doing design thinking. You are also preparing something. You are also learning. You are also doing hackathons, right? So let me stop here and ask you questions. For having, like in the case of Scrum, how many sprint planning, how many pre-sprint planning meetings you need to have for getting a product backlog, or how many stories should be there in each sprint, and how many sprint planning meetings you conduct for getting into product backlog.
The grooming session might be couple of grooming sessions. Sprint planning
Yeah.
will be one for
Yeah.
in Scrum compared.
Okay. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So yeah, pre-sprint planning or whatever, there may be many. So ideally, you need to start working 3 sprints before for getting this product backlog. So you need to have, let's say, have 4 stories with 40 story points. You need to come up with multiples of number of story points required and multiples of story points required in that particular backlog. Like that, for sprint only, we are actually trying to do 3 sprints before so that we have good data available. For sprint planning, the entire team is working maybe a couple of months before only. So the whatever top 10 features you are getting, and also you are also getting top 10 features and also user stories required in the each feature or maybe each epic, right? So by the time of PA planning, there'll be huge data available and there are a lot of teams are working before actually we get into PA planning. Maybe you get all the user stories, names, user stories, and all before even PA planning starts. So maybe you need to work. Let's say I'm on PA3. So let's say I'm PA1. Our team is working on PA3 data, right? Something like that. So that's what the roles of program, the product management, RTE, right? System architects, engineers. So maybe it takes, I don't know, maybe each company may take maybe 3 months, 4 months before one PA planning. If that is happening, I think teams are working efficiently and teams are actually trying to not waste time without any data in the team. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So here, product backlog is actually, see, whatever the product management or stakeholders has given, we have delivered all the things at this point. Here, innovation planning sprint, these and all will happen. So basically, this is entirely new thing for the last iteration. So this is what happens at 100 feet level. So in the first 5 days, you have buffer for leftover work. Let's say out of 100 people, may not be everybody is working on PA planning, right? Some developers or some testers or some teams may be working on leftover work, which is going to carry forward, trying to tune it, maybe preparing documentation for release and all. And some people may be working on final verification and validation and documentation if they are releasing. Some people are working on innovation and PA planning readiness. Some people are working on PA planning, right? So that's what my first, second, third, fourth, fifth days. Sixth day is solution train PA planning. If you are actually working on innovation continuous education, inspect and adapt, and PA plan readiness. So hackathons and all that major exercise of my next PI is going to happen here. And also you may think of what went wrong and how do you fill in the resource who has left and like who is coming in for solution architect and all that happens in that time frame. Maybe PA planning, the scope of PA planning may be different. PA planning too may be different, right? PA planning, maybe you are trying to set up maybe login screen, user creation and all that, right? And then PA planning two, PA2 may have some scope might have changed. We don't know. So on 8th and 9th days, you're actually doing PA planning. This is like, let's say approximately 8 hours, right? So is there any chance to exceed or go for third day also?
Yes.
Okay. Ideally, if they are globally distributed, let's say I have one team in Europe, other team in Germany, other team in US, maybe the time differences and all, maybe we can do only 4 hours overlap window, right? And some companies I have seen, they may not do whole 8 hours in a day. They may take 4 hours a day, 4 hours a day. They distribute into different data altogether. So at least some teams can work on their pending work, whatever. Right. So let's say you are in US and team is in India. So maybe you have only 4 hours overlap window, right? Ideally. Maybe 2 hours also. Some people may stay back, some people may come early, right? So then you have 10th day, right? Is it 10th only? 8th, 9th, 10th, right? 10th is optional time for distributed planning and solution post PA plan. Here, I have some backlog here. I got top 10 features here. At the end of the day, you have refined product program backlog, right? Refined features. Along with, you are also identified which story who is doing it. I think for beginners, I think it looks little tough. Okay, and believe me, I could come to this level after actually training some 300 400 people. So any questions so far?
No.
Ravi, I do have a small clarification here.
Mhm.
See that in PI planning, we have the program level backlogs we have,
Mhm.
but when we doing for a PI, it's subjected to different product, right? But that means like different subsystem, for example.
Exactly.
So that means that product refinement, product backlog grooming that already happened, and it's distributed across different products. So now it's a product backlog, and if it is going for a sprint backlog, I'm forget about the terminologies.
Okay.
Again, it's coming as a product backlog, and it's going as a team backlog.
Exactly. Mhm.
Okay.
Good. So one quick thing is I'll skip this for time being. So yeah, so in the PA planning, what is happening is you already have teams identified, right? And then you have mocked iteration 1.2, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, right? And one feature comes in, maybe unicorns, maybe eagles don't have any work on 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3, unicorns have work in 1.3, and then dolphins may have work in here, or maybe bears have work on this. So this is a program board and information mediators, right? This looks like more of our PMP day, project management, whatever, MPP days, right? So Microsoft planning days where you have this kind of topology you can see. Same thing, they are using like this, right? And you are actually realigning the work. For example, if you want to do a 1.3, and sometimes teams say, I cannot do by 1.2, I may do after 1.3, then this will shift to 1.4. Right? It's a kind of realignment. So one thing to say is, SAFE says, if you're not doing PA planning, you're not doing SAFE. Just like you're not doing sprint planning, you're not doing Scrum, right? So if you don't do the sprint planning, the essence of the Scrum framework is gone, right? And the dependency management, the team management, everything you are actually looking at a blueprint. So SAFE strictly says you don't do PA planning. Sorry, you're not doing PI. You're not doing SAFE. You're just doing some backlogs or whatever it is. Any questions on this slide? So here, if you see that red line is a dependency link, right? All dependency, right? So if I don't deliver this, if I deliver this on 1.2, this will also shift, right? That's what. So you need to have tightly coupled, you need to have all data available before even I start my PA planning. So before PA planning, team has to go through what is my feature and what is my backlog and all. You need to get prepared. Otherwise, you'll waste entire time. You take whole 2 days, no output will come, right? You need to be very careful. You need to be very attentive in getting this data. And you also need to understand what goes in, what goes out. Partha, over to your question, like, did you get a clarity?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a
So any,
question, Ravi.
yeah.
For example, now from this program board, if we see in iteration 1.1 and in iteration 1.2, unicorns have no feature, right? So
Mhm.
how does the team, because we have to show iteration demo, right? Like after every iterations in safe also.
Yeah.
So what would be the team doing in these iterations when they have some significant dependencies over other teams and they have some work clearly on iteration 1.3?
Yeah. So ideally, it doesn't mean that unicorns may not have work. They may be working on something, but they may be creating some data here. Okay, number one. And maybe they go and work with other teams.
No, Ravi, you can put it in this way. Maybe the unicorns are working on non-functional things, technical things.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, they may not show it up. They
Mm.
cannot show it at the end of the sprint, but That is also needed for others to pick up their work.
Yeah. So basically, not every team will deliver something, some output. They may be working on something else. So if you say, see, at the team level, the milestones, unicorns, eagles don't have any work. They don't have anything to show. Or they may work with other teams, also help them. Okay. Did you get did you get my answer correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So basically, not everybody will be participating in the system demo, right? For example, antelopes don't have anything here. Even unicorns don't have anything. Eagles may not have anything. Iteration 1.2 have something to show. And again, just to let you know, each level iteration demo will happen if they are working on it. If the thing is there, they will not show anything. And at the end of every sprint, if you can show some significant improvement, they can demonstrate as a system demo, right? So iteration 1.2, at least, okay, I have one system coming, second system also coming, like this. So let's say here, iteration 1.3, milestone events is significant delivery is happening here. So actually, you may be using Jira, right? Where you see the dependency and all. So that is what it's happening, right? For delivering this, let's say ABCD story, yeah, like other story. So this one is dependent on all this thing. If none of them is going to, let's say, if anyone misses the deadline, this will also miss the deadline. So ideally, in real world, so in pre-corona days, you'll have this kind of board. They realign. They say, okay, sorry, I cannot deliver this feature on 1.2. I have to deliver this feature on 1.3. This will also shift. See how carefully they have learned. It's not that it's a guesstimation only, but at least, okay, at least they know the dependency at least at very high level. So when can a team one deliver the story to somebody else? So how much time we have? We started at 10, right? Do you want to take a break? You want to continue or how is it? Maybe I need 30 more minutes if you're okay.
Yes, yes.
Shall we pause?
No, you can continue.
Okay.
By 11:30 we will be over, right?
Yeah. 11:30 will be done. So,
No problem. You can continue.
okay. So now, any questions here so far?
So Ravi, I have a question. So in program board, we have to show only the features, right? We don't show enablers in that program board, right?
Yes, we can show that enables. And again, I just missed that point. Let me show. So here your program backlog will have features and enablers. Yeah, let's say each feature will take 40 story points, 40 story points, this 100 story points. Maybe we need to break the enablers into smaller pieces. Or maybe you need to take out this dedicatedly, somebody else should work on it. Maybe I'll give this enabler breaking and all to the different team, right? Something like that. So again, as far as Scrum, we should not take more time. Let's say I cannot take entire PI for doing enabler, right? So I may need to have certain concrete data at the out of this delivery, out of this PI. So that's what here. So again, these features can be divided. Maybe I'll get enablers also into the my in the top 10 features. Maybe in top 10 features only I can have certain R&D stories, certain enablers to be worked in this. Yeah. So any questions?
No.
Okay. So yeah, thanks for asking that. Enabler is also there. So again, you need to break it. And So this is what the PA objective system demos. I think you got a clarity on this, right? On this slide. Okay. This we have covered, this we have covered, this we have covered, this also we covered. So this is so basically if you are going to interview, right? Try to do this kind of what happens in the IP iteration, right? And how it is done, right? I think you need to maybe buy out and also maybe go through certain videos. Actually, there are a lot of videos I posted in the group. Niladri, Mahapatra, and lot of people are there. Lot of people have created the best content. So some of them actually I went through Niladri Mahapatra, even Sanjay, like a lot of people have gone through and then created the slides. And what happens in the PA blank? This is the most creamy part of the safe. Let's say you are doing the cloud migration, maybe from on-prem to cloud. Your day one agenda in PA planning, your business context. Why are you doing? What are you doing? At very high level, 100 feet level. Then comes to product vision and solution vision. Business context maybe at CTO level. Product vision and solution vision, maybe some cheap architect or something. Then 10:30 to 11:30 is architecture, vision, and development practices. Maybe our senior software engineer or senior architect will be there. At 11:30 to 1, you are planning context and lunch. You are going to plan who is working on this, how are you going to break down things, right? And then team breakout, you have one to 4. You will decide which story you are doing, and what story is needed for some other team, right? You also need to get data. You also, for example, for doing your story, you also need something from other team. So again, you need to organize like that. Then at the end of 5 to 6, you have management review and problem solving workshop. I have top 10 features. In top 10 features, how many features I got a clarity, right? And if you don't get a clarity on anything, now you need to reprioritize. And maybe one feature may have dependency on let's say system architect or solution architect, that get left, right? Then you need to think on other strategy. So by the time of PA planning, you should have this, PA planning readiness and all should be there, right? So, but I think you need to do all these things, right? And then day 2 is planning adjustments. Now we know that we can only do 2 features. We just see which has less dependency and which is not very complicated features that we'll do, or which features were required by our business stakeholders. That's what you're going to do, right? Again, team breakout happens, program risks. Risk will be identified. Let's say in 5 features, we have risk of, team were not there. You don't have tech stack available. You don't have cloud server available. That will identify risks and see if you can mitigate something, right? Between 2 to 3, you take a confidence vote. That's like you take fist of 5 they call. So in fist of 5, between let's say you have three votes from each, then I think everything is going good. Sometimes you have to be very careful on are they giving good feedback or not. If it is below 2 or 1, you need to decide and say, okay, we need to rework, right? Maybe somebody say this is not possible to implement. How you work on it, right? And then planning retrospective and carry forward. What did it say? Planning forward and retrospective. Planning retrospective and moving forward. So if you're attending interviews, I think be clear on this. What happens in the PA planning? What is art? What is the role of Scrum Master? What is the role of RTE and all. Any questions so far?
No, Ravi.
So I think we have covered most of it. This is Safe 6. You see the things are moved around. And there are different configuration, large solution, portfolio and all. Right. You also need to see like what goes here, what goes here, what goes here, like core values, safe principles. Right. So when to go to safe, one program backlog, multiple product lines, few value streams, common vision. When not to go is multiple program backlog, different product lines, different value streams. So any questions, Richa and Partha, Prachi?
Give me a moment. Let me have a look at the slide.
No.
And I'll share the link of where I post. I'll also share you the older links if you joined late in this group. Hope you are able to get value for your time.
Yes, yes. Please
Yes,
share
yes, sir.
the old links also.
Hmm?
Please share the old links also.
I'll do it.
No, it's good. It's good. Few
Yeah.
small points are covered, and that will benefit for an interview also.
Yeah. If you have any questions, if you go to interview, and then you can ask me. I'll restart.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. And
Thanks.
thanks for joining. And thanks for time.
Ravi, actually, one question out
Yeah.
of the concept of this agenda. See, if I'm starting the Safe Agile certification by today,
Okay.
how soon I can, complete that?
Okay. I think you go with the leading safe, right? So that's what it is. Usually you need to, if you go to Safe 6, right? Once you enroll, you get a demo questions, right? And then you need to go through again and again. So you'll have 1 month time mostly. So you have to finish by that time. So if you have core group, like you have a lot of your friends also writing, let's say you're attending a company, right? So you can exchange your question and answers. And if you're able to clear 80 to 90%, then only you have to appear for the test, right?
Okay.
I think you have 1 or 2 attempts. I don't remember correctly, right? So otherwise you have to pay fee for rewriting again.
Okay, I mean to say that like demo I need to clear, then only I go for a actual safe certification, right?
Yeah, there are sample questions in the safe website, right?
Okay.
And most means once your trainer enables you into that safe site, right? Then you get access of that. And maybe that's may have already sample questions and all. Practice. I think Safe 6 going to be a little complicated. The way it is structured. You need to say, eliminate and all. Eliminate the
Yes.
process.
It is complicated. All
Yeah.
questions are scenario based and they are not easy.
Yeah, correct. You
Yes.
How
need
many
to.
questions in the exam?
Questions I am not remembering, but yes, because when I started giving, I thought it will be as per all easy, but no. If the paper of safe is tough, then interview is not going to be very easy. So they have asked all scenario based, and the concepts have to be clear, and there is lot of theory. If
Yeah.
you
Okay.
lot of theory in safe.
Yes.
Even if you see a line highlighted and you click it, you will get the theory of that line.
Yeah, correct. So
That
basically,
particular word.
yeah, you have to go click on this, click on this, click on this,
Yes.
and core values, right? There's a lot of confusion between core values and safe principles and implementing the roadmap, right?
Lot of
So,
theory there. So when you
yeah,
will register, then you will get the workbook there. You will get one practice question set, and
Okay.
all the material which is there, you have to go through it.
Yeah,
Then you can attempt.
yeah. So basically, I think, see, if you see this, right, you click, you get, let's say,
Ah.
I can do team
If
flow.
you click any keyword, you will get the theory of it.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I need
yeah,
to.
go through this safe website, right? Let's say, what is Agile product delivery? They may ask, okay, Agile product delivery has, let's say, few components, right?
Mhm.
So they may ask, what is that? 3 dimensions of APD: customer sensitivity, design thinking, develop on cadence, release on demand, DevOps continuous delivery pipeline, right? All these things comes with product delivery. Sometimes they may say, okay, they give something, where does it fit? It fits here or fits here. Team and technical is more of on technology side. How do you code and what you do? Product delivery is more of high level. Lean agile leadership, what goes in, right? So I think you need to have clear idea. Just like textbook mode only, you need to understand uh, what goes in, what goes out. So you need to be carefully trying to understand what goes where. What is the difference between uh, lean product management, right? LPM, all that things.
Okay.
Here at the team level, this is only at the essential level. Your large solution level, right? And then you have portfolio level, you have full level, right? I could only cover this portion, but most of it again this goes here. What is the lean budget? What is strategic themes? What is the portfolio vision, right? What is operational value streams? So I think maybe go with a better trainer who is already practicing, who is already working in a company, right?
Okay.
Some trainers are only teaching. Some people are only doing the work, right? Find out the best trainer who can give you uh, the whole meaningful delivery.
Okay.
Frankly, when I attended in 2017, I've not understood anything.
Okay.
So again, I had to face a lot of interviews, and sometimes you may need to take a printout and paste it somewhere here, right? Maybe they'll ask you what are the various levels, right? You have essential, not solution, portfolio, full. On interview perspective, it may be easy compared to the exam.
Okay.
Yeah. So OKR, AI, community of practice, system development, and whatever, right?
Okay. So this is
I think this is going to be what Bible actually. Entire thing,
okay.
go through at least click, and then go through at a high level, understand what it is. Again, go back. Again, if you
Sure.
start reading, you'll never finish this.
Okay. Could you
So
guys
it's
share this link in the WhatsApp
yeah,
group?
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Thank
Also,
you.
I'll give you that some of the trainers who
Yes,
are
please.
best.
Let me
Okay.
get in touch with them.
Okay. Thank you and all the
Thank you so
best.
much, Ravi, for your
Bye.
time.
Bye.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Ravi. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
All
you.
the best.